Sawadee big thank you to PTTEP for the invite today. Greetings to all distinguished guests. My name is Ernest Loh, and I am the Director of Chartering and Operations at Vroon24 Services, Singapore. We are part of Vroon Group BV, which started off as a family shipping company back in 1890. Today we run approximately 120 vessels worldwide. We have livestock carriers, tankers, car carriers, dry bulk carriers, and of course offshore support vessels. Our fleet of OSVs is around 75 vessels, and we manage these vessels from our offices in the Netherlands, in Italy, in UK, and myself, I'm from the Singapore office. We are regular attendees of the PTTEP She Forum since around 10 years ago, and we greatly appreciate the effort taken to celebrate safety on this special day. It is a pity that we are not able to join physically this year, but we are glad to be able to share some of our best safety management practices virtually. Today, I would like to share with you, the audience, the story of our safety journey. You may have noticed this LIS logo on the top right corner. This is actually the name of a safety program that we have started since 2013, and it's also the main topic of my sharing today: leaders in safety. Like many companies with a mature safety management system, we could see that despite all procedures and checklists, the number of injuries remained stable. We refer to this as a safety plateau, and it was present leading up to 2013. We were past the phase of reacting and preventing, and we knew that we needed something further to bolster our commitment to safety, group-wide across all our offices. We realized that the majority of the injuries were related to individuals being unaware of the risks, and hence we decided that the program would have to support the development of a safety culture whereby every individual feels empowered and has a good understanding of situational awareness. We investigated for possible safety programs that could complement our behavioral-based safety program, and eventually decided to team up with SAIPEM to adapt their program for use on board our vessels. This gave birth to our Leaders in Safety program, which was rolled out in 2014. The key elements of this program is that the focus is on changing the culture and mindset of our staff and crew. Through the use of emotionally engaging video materials, relevant and current mini packs that are developed in-house and shared via our masters on board, we want to empower our crew to exercise the stop work authority when they feel it is the time to do so. This program is also made for our fleet worldwide, so it is intended to be cross-cultural. And importantly, we have to understand that safety is a journey and not a destination. The rollout of our Leaders in Safety program started in 2014, and this year would be its 8th anniversary. We are proud to say that this is not just another safety program that has come and gone. The Leaders in Safety program is delivered in phases. We started with Phase 1, intervention, moved on to Phase 2, awareness, followed by Phase 3, which was a close look at internal case studies using the tools learned in Phase 1 and 2. And right now, we are in Phase 4, resilience, which has close relevance to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. So we started the program in 2014 with Phase 1, intervention. All masters were given the necessary support by the office and were trained in the Leaders in Safety program and facilitated workshops on board with their crew. Senior management provided the necessary support to roll out this program and emphasized to all crew to be open to new ways of improving. The training was split into 6 modules and were led by the master. We provided the relevant video materials and the mini packs too, which are basically bite-sized information to be understood. The key aim was to empower everybody to be a leader in safety. What you see on the right here is a pie chart with the requirements for the crew to intervene. It is an example of a graphic that is commonly used in our program. And here we will be sharing a video on intervention featuring our ex-Group MD, Mr. Coco Vroon. I will also be sharing some pictures of excerpts from the materials that are used for each mini pack, but we will not be going into details. If there are any questions, do feel free to reach out to us.
New personnel are already arriving, but I really need your teams to make some progress over the next couple of days.
This is Ahmed. Welcome aboard. Come on, let's go. Come on, boys. Half an hour. We can finish this level by the end of the day. See if you can get that cable down for me.
It's unsafe. You can't ask me to go up there.
What?
The well-being of our people, their health and safety, are my fundamental concern. Our business involves maritime activities that are potentially risky, and accidents do happen. We have already made our working environment safer and healthier, but we need to be safer still, all the time, everywhere, because it is the only way to be. We need the rules and procedures, but what we need most is a safety culture in which working unsafely is simply unacceptable. Our vision in Vroon is very clear. Any one of us, including our subcontractors, must return home safe and sound. What we are saying is that taking care of yourself and of your colleagues is what always comes first. I want you all to return home safely.
The members of the crew are waiting to be interviewed, boss.
Did anyone see it? Does anybody know what happened?
The final sharing today from Phase 1, Intervention, is the 5 stars safety intervention tool that we have developed. There are 2 versions. The one on the left shares the stars that can be used to deal with unsafe acts, and the one on the right can be used to reinforce safe behaviors. We start by starting the intervention, followed by targeting the act, not the person. Then we agree on the approved methods. We find out the reason behind the unsafe behavior, or we reinforce the safe behavior. And followed by the final step, which is to understand the self-impact, the consequences in this case. Phase 1 ran till mid-2015 before we started on Phase 2, Awareness. The first phase focused on the last barrier, stopping the job. Now the second phase focused on recognizing the risks. This was again supported by mini packs which provided detailed information and video materials. In this phase, we also had 6 mini packs which ran through the points: understanding awareness, focusing on what we are doing, appreciating the risks of the task, and understanding the changing environment. We also introduced the safety compass roles as a way to guide our situational awareness. These are more materials from our awareness mini pack. We again included our ex-group MD Mr. Coco Vroon, and this time we also involved some of our ship crew. On the right, you can see some of the details that were shared with our training masters. One of the key elements of the awareness phase was that we had to drive into every staff and crew member that the nature of our work environment was dynamic and ever-changing. Being situationally aware is a state of mind that they had to constantly remind themselves and also their fellow colleagues on board. Not surprisingly, it was also around this time we saw a spike in number of safety observations. So phase 2 ran till the end of 2016 before we started on phase 3 in 2017, which focused on case studies using the tools we actually learned from phase 1 and phase 2. We applied these to real cases of incidents that happened on board the Vroon fleet. The cases were introduced on board in a workshop setting, followed by individual self-study. This was then finalized by another workshop where everybody's findings were then discussed and concluded in a summary of findings, which was then shared with the relevant QHSE departments. We then applied the 5 stars tool learned in the intervention phase, followed by the compass roles learned in the awareness phase, and also our Vroon culture, our Vroon golden rules, our vision and mission to each of these incidents, and we then went into an in-depth study on how things could have been done better to avoid the incidents. We completed phase 3 around the end of 2018, and then we kicked off phase 4, resilience, in 2019. What is resilience? Resilience is the capacity to recover from difficulties. This tied in a lot with the COVID-19 pandemic happening from approximately Q1 2020, and we then quickly tailored the mini packs and the workshops to take this into consideration. This was also one of the key elements of the safety program, as we had to recognize and apply relevant global trends in our material in order to truly stay connected with the crews. Over here, we would like to share with you the video used in Phase 4, Resilience, with a video message from our group CEO, Mr. Herman Marks.
Good day to you, and welcome to the next phase of our Leaders in Safety journey. We're going on and move to the theme Resilience. As you will recall, during the past years, our Leaders in Safety program was very much focused on intervention and awareness. Together we have worked through various mini-packs that have been dealing with these two subjects. And we have indeed seen that intervention and awareness has increased throughout our organization. And that gives us all a better and safer workplace. But now we are moving on to the next phase. And during the next 18 months, we will develop various mini-packs that are all focused on the theme Resilience. Resilience is the ability to cope with difficult situations or experiences and bounce back. It's an important skill that you can learn and use at work and in your private life. Resilience helps us keeping things in perspective. It helps us taking decisive actions. Being resilient is helpful for everybody at any point in time. How do you make decisions when you're really busy or stressed? Strengthening our ability to be resilient helps us to be the best we can, both as individuals and as teams. The new mini-packs regarding resilience will help you to develop your personal skills. The mini-packs contain interesting films and guides. These will lead on to interesting discussion subjects that will help you to develop your resilience skills, both as an individual and as teams ashore and on board. The mini packs that we will use are based on materials and concepts that have been developed by Shell and by the International Maritime Contractors Association, IMCA. No matter how busy we are, being resilient helps us to take better decisions that can and will improve safety. I wish you all an interesting ongoing Leaders in Safety journey, and please remember, I want you all to return home safely.
We greatly value the feedback from our crew working on board our vessels. Here are some feedback from our Thai crew on our Leaders in Safety program. And this is where we are at now on our Leaders in Safety journey. We recognize that this is a continuous improvement process and we have to keep at it together with our shore staff and our shipboard crew. How far have we come so far? We monitored our safety statistics from 2014 till date, and we noticed that from 2014 to 2017, the numbers largely stayed the same, but the safety observations spiked up. It was only from 2017 onwards we have been observing a downward trend in safety incidents.
We also have positive feedback from the crew regarding the program, and it is a practice of our staff onshore to discuss the latest mini packs with our offshore crew. We do see our crew more actively practicing the culture and joining us in our safety journey. Lastly, we would like to end off with our latest Vroon24 video, which has the theme of taking care of yourself. 16 November is our Vroon24 Day, which is our Vroon Safety Day, similar to PTTEP's She Forum. It is a day that we celebrate safety and we ask for video contributions from staff and crew globally. Here you will see a compilation of the best efforts, and we thank you for your time. ขอบคุณครับ
24 Day. We strive to apply healthy lifestyle and proper work procedure on board to make sure that we are all fit to do our work and responsibilities as a seafarer. Take care of the ship and take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself is the most powerful way to begin to take care of others. Happy Vroon24!
Myself by wearing complete PPE.
I'm taking care of myself by getting enough sleep,
eating healthy diet,
drinking plenty of water,
having time off to relax. Remember to exercise regularly.
And stay connected with family and friends.
We should always remember, what the mind wills, the body follows.